Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way. I'm this divinely guided day. I had to get, man, Divine was like, would you please go set the record straight about who's been running the country, but they've been in the background? I was like, what? That boom, bam, there it flew out just like it is. You know what I'm saying? Because, the American people would have been in fear, family, because they didn't understand the laws and the rules of it, right? So they just figured, oh, the black sheep of the elite have always been painted out to be the bad guys. But I'm going to have to say at this point in time, them bad guys been finding children that folks couldn't find for years. They've been doing the work that needed to be done 10 presidents ago. Okay. They're taking down shit that should be taken down as they should. For folks that have been sitting up here just getting and living off of shit, lazy and shit, they're making that shit right. You feel me? Okay. So yeah, we gonna keep it real over here all the time. And if your feelings get hurt, then you just ain't supposed to be over here. I'm gonna tell you like it is. All right. I'd rather have who's running it now. And this is around the world. This is around the world. See, they took the power away from the puppet and they placed the real leaders in. That's correct. God has done that. The Most High, the divine creator of all living things, has done that. That's why all the truths are now coming out. Okay. But welcome over here to all being 11 loving energy soul tribe family, where sometimes I come in hot and sometimes not. What that means is I do cuss and curse. Okay. Cussing and cursing is the same thing, using foul language. I will do that. Okay. No pun intended. But yeah, that's how I express frustrations sometimes. It's better than punching you, right? Right. Non-violence for some people. Okay, family. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for all that you do for our space. Thank you to all of the new family members. Thank you to the ones that have been rocking with me since day one. I love you. The divine loves you. Something about code of honor. Okay. Something about code of honor here. All right. I feel like our countries, and this is from the US across seas, our countries have not been run with code of honor. They were run with greed, self-serving energy. Okay. Really, they were it look, this is they were ran from a very poor, low vibrational energy because everybody that was running the country, they never had shit. And because they never had shit, all they knew how to do was take as much as they could because they are in fear of ever having to be that poor or being that low vibrational or within that lack again. They had a bunch of motherfuckers running the country family that had never had shit. And I don't mean material things, I mean have anything within. They never had anything within. So you must understand abundance is within before it is experienced with on the outs. You feel what I'm saying? So these are people that never had any abundance within them. They were set in a position to obtain abundance and it went to their heads and they went back into that low vibrational energy of, oh my God, if I don't have this, I won't be able to do this and that. And then they were on the take. You know what I'm saying? That's like taking somebody that ain't never had shit and giving them $1 million. That motherfucker gonna blow through that million fast and not slow. And half of the shit they gonna get, it wasn't even shit they needed. See what I'm saying? Value. All right. So thank you for your like, share, subscribe, hitting your notification bell, tapping in below. I am truly grateful. Okay. Yeah, folks was over here dancing with the devil, taking risks that they should have been aware of. I feel like they were taking risks, living in a fantasy world, honestly. Mm-hmm. They thought that was going to go on for forever. Yeah, they thought the union with the devil was going to go on forever. The devil also works for God. So I feel like it is now time for the tides to change. The ripples in the water are now flowing in a different direction. Hmm. All right. So let's go on and tap in. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for the like, share, subscribe, hitting your notification bell, tapping in to the messages and sharing them with those who need to know. Okay. Let's see what it is that the divine needs and wants us to know today. At this time, Divine, I'd like to ask that you continue to keep us protected during this read, all reads, and all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, any toxicity, any evil, any witchcraft being thrown or projected by anyone. Okay. I ask that you return that to sender as we too return that to sender, clearing it, canceling it, and releasing it back to the universe. Ashe, and thank you. And then look, Spirit says, Spirit speaks right here, and Spirit, and then this comes flying out. So Spirit is speaking secrets. Okay. All right. Yeah. And these secrets are things I feel like a lot of people didn't want to believe. They wanted a friendly face. You feel me, family? This is the energy I'm getting. A lot of people would rather have this friendly face because the friendly face is the one that can keep the lie going. They didn't want a face that spoke truth. They were closed off to that. That was causing them anxiety. They refused to give in to the truth. So they put a friendly face up. Mm, mm. And now at the bottom of the deck, they look like clowns, pretty much. They're being humiliated. And they're feeling ashamed because the truth came out about them, family. The truth came out about them. Okay. You had a lot of energies that were keeping you so blind to what was really going on. But you knew good and damn well something wasn't right. You knew that things just, picture perfect. How are people smiling and the whole fucking world is falling down? How are people still laughing and smiling and talking about we're doing great in that last party? Them dims that have been dethroned. How were they smiling, family? How were they telling you things are getting better? They didn't even have a plan. They couldn't even talk about their fucking plan. Every time somebody asked that Kamala Harris chick something, it was, well, I came from a bitch, you're rehearsed. You're rehearsed. You're rehearsed. We ain't talking about where you came from. We're talking about world issues here. Not what the fuck you came from, where the fuck you been. None of that. Matter of fact, where have you been for the last 4 years? Because I ain't seen you until it was time for you to run. Hmm. That ain't a good look. Anybody and anybody that has any common sense knows that wasn't a good look. Bitch, I seen Trump more than I seen you, and he wasn't even in the office. He wasn't even in the White House. How this man been in everything for 4 years and we ain't seen you but one time, and that's when they dropped them motherfuckers off in front of your fucking spot. Bus loads full of immigrants. Yeah. Okay. Message. Tell me more about the energies that be today. Please and thank you. Yeah, now they search. They search. These motherfuckers out here searching, trying to look you up. Because listen, family, you been woke, so you already knew what it was, okay? But they looking. Look at them. They thinking about you now. They're thinking about the things that you said. Now they want to look and peep and creep up on your little profiles and take a look at them and shit. They searching for you now because they like, who is this? Who is this that woke up the masses? Because you all were like minded. Let me tell you, this change didn't happen because of just one person. This was a joint effort. Hmm. This change didn't happen because of one person. This change happened because it was a joint effort. Because y'all been tired of what? Missing babies. That's all I kept hearing. I was like, God damn, what's going on with all the missing? Because the family, I read the comments, right? And a lot of people were frustrated about missing babies and elderly being misused and abused. And I'm thinking, well, damn, they got nursing homes, they got hospitals, they got, you know what I'm saying, elderly care. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be having social service. Okay, the ones that'll come and swoop your goddamn kids up and shit. The minute they feel they ain't getting fed or something, CPS and shit. I'm thinking, they got all these departments. What's going on with them? Well, what was going on? The motherfuckers wasn't doing shit. They was selling babies. They was doing shit to babies. They putting babies in badass fucking actors' houses and shit. This motherfucker over here getting $4,000 per child, $2,000 per child. You got two children. That's 6 racks. What kind of bills do you have that 6 racks can't cover? And then wait, every last fucking child that has ever come up out of one of these raggedy ass adoption agency placement homes, everyone I've met, they have been fucked up literally and royally, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Now you got motherfuckers on here searching, trying to see who you are because this was a joint effort, family. This was a joint effort to bring down this corruption. But it was, and here's the other thing, right? Everybody, oh no, 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 it's the bit, it's the one bit. First of all, you need to know who the 1% is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You need to know who the 1% is. The 1% has always run the country, but they've always pretty much been in the background doing it. Hmm. They said, fuck this. They was like, nah, it's time to take our throne because these people done abused and done ran the country in the ground. And that's what happened. They looked at their options, Spirit is saying, and they decided to do them. And they had to deal with a lot of juggling here when it came to juggling these connections. I promise you. They said, fuck juggling the connections, get rid of them. And they did that around spring. The clowns got let loose, let go of. Yeah, bye. We don't need you clowns because you ain't did nothing right anyway. Folks is upset about that. That's the tension that you feeling. I'm promising you, family, that's the tension you feeling. You're feeling this tension because motherfuckers realized they was dealing with some sneaky ass energy. Did you expect the 1% to let this country fall or any country fall? 1%ers all over the world done took lead. If you didn't know, now you know. These are people that have moral standards and values and they live by a code. That code is written in the universe. I heard Scarface. Go watch it again. Now, I ain't saying all that drug shit and shit, but he lived by a code. You feel me? And that's where we're at now. We living by a code now. On the chime, confirmation. We're not living by your fucking bullshit ass politic and shit. We living by code now. And that code is you either do or you don't agree with it. But it don't matter because there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You understand? All right. Tell me more, spirit. Dealing with idiots. Yeah, their deadline. I can't make it up. It was a deadline. Okay. Their time ran out, but they couldn't fix anything. They couldn't fix anything. Now they on here trying to figure out, well, what was it that they missed that you didn't miss? You already knew that intervention was coming in. You already knew that. You already knew that these people was about to get ghosted. You already knew that. The thing is, they didn't believe that it would ever come to pass. It came knocking right on their fucking front door. And that's the problem. That's what's wrong. They feel like, oh my God. Nah, God didn't have nothing to do with it. Not with what y'all was doing. That was all the devil there. That was all the devil there. God didn't have nothing to do with what y'all was doing when y'all was in these offices, in these seats of power. You was letting elderly be harmed. You was letting children be harmed. You were letting families be harmed. And you was taken from them in their time of need with your sneaky asses. So if you're sitting here searching, wondering what the hell did you miss, you missed your opportunity to keep your position. That's what you missed. That's what you missed. And you abused it so bad that you dethroned yourself for the rest of your days. So while you searching to see what the hell you missed and how this intervention came to be, you might need to be searching for a fucking job. And I don't know who would hire you because you was corrupt at the highest level. So I don't think you would be any better in any white collar or blue collar industry. Message. Yeah. And you got that phone call too. You got that phone call too, expressing you can't be trusted. Look at your face. Now you're looking worried. Now you're looking scared. Now you're looking like, oh, confused. Look what came out. Now you confused, denial. Yeah, you participated. You participated. Look, now you looking confused. Now you in denial. Hmm. You in denial of your wrongdoings with these twin flame energies, because twin flame energy just means y'all both had the same shit in mind. Yeah. And you thought that this was going to be appreciated and you was going to get away with it. Yeah, okay. Well, I hope you like your view. I hope you like your view because everything that you thought you was going to get away with, there was terms with that. There were some terms with that. You didn't read the fine print. Mhm. Don't do things that you don't want done to you. Don't do it to somebody else. But y'all did that. So you lost your position. You lost your position. Period. Make no mistake about it. Real leadership is in there now. Let's get something. Real leadership is in there now. Real careers will come about. Not these ones where it was just you had a buddy that put you into a position and shit. Nah, you gonna have to know what the fuck you talking about to work in this country, to work any fucking where. Now, you feel me? It's called a code of honor that none of y'all had. Yeah. Hmm. Real tens of pentacles will be seen. Real prosperity will be seen now. Why? At the bottom of the day, I'm just pulling from the bottom. Why? Because it was fated to happen. It was destiny. Because why? You corporations, you different businesses, you different politicians, you thieves, liars, deceitful, manipulators. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You was in bed with the devil. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You was in bed with the devil. Now you know. See, you were judging books by their covers, not realize they just took a backseat for a minute just to see just how far you take it, how far you would go. And you took it real far and you went way, 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 way over the top because you felt like it could never happen. You felt like your throne would never be snatched away from you because you have been doing this for over 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years. You motherfuckers was paying people 160 something years old. Who the fuck been getting a social security check? Where was that check going? 123 years old. Where was them checks going? See, somebody had to turn the light on for the new leaders to go, is fucking right. Oh, what? My books over here don't look right. What's missing? They had to go up in that motherfucker to find what was missing. That set up all the conflict. That started a lot of conflict right there. Because they were like, damn, you mean to tell me y'all has these accounts set up and y'all was doing this and doing that? But then it was like, damn, as if we're still stupid. Please keep donating to Africa. We're saving lives. Bitch, every time I see a commercial, somebody ain't looking like something been saved. All the fucking money that's been sent over there, every fucking road should be paved. What you mean y'all ain't got no hospitals and schools and shit where you need them? Man, please. This was signs. Mother Gaia stepped in. I can't make it up. Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, divine feminine energy, leader energy stepped in. Period. That strong intuition for y'all that have been channeling the end of the governments around the world. And I don't know how many people were channeling that, but for those who were channeling that, who had an empathetic heart to seeing what was really going on, yeah, that's why new leadership is here. Mm-hmm. Because this was too much. Too many people in and out, emotions up and down. People out here crying for help and couldn't get the shit. That's why new leadership is here. If you didn't know, that's why new leadership is here. If you're upset about it, you'll get over it. That too shall pass. When? I don't know. You might have a few years before that passes. For those who thought they were going to slide in, they really mad. Them ACOs, they real mad. I ain't even going to lie. Them Jasmine Crockett's, they real mad. Because, see, they was supposed to slide in next family. I'm telling it like it is. They were supposed to slide in next family and take care of their family. Take care of who they wanted to take care of. While you worked hard to keep paying your taxes for them bitches to take care of their people. Mm-hmm. That's why the Dems are upset. That's why they mad as fuck. Because, see, let me tell you how that trickle down effect went. Oh, it went. It went to businesses, the companies who took care of their VPs and their CEOs and shit, and took care of their little buddies on the side that did little favors for them and shit. And then them little buddies was able to filter that down into their family and to help out who they wanted to help out and shit. That's what it was doing. That's how it was going. Mm-hmm. Make no mistake about it. These motherfuckers is hot. ACO, you mad? Cause your shit got snatched, bitch. You been doing some bullshit. Your people been doing some bullshit. Your people been doing some bullshit. All the Crockett's in the world, yeah. You was about to look out for you and yours. And that was it. Quit fucking playing with a real one. Mm-hmm. Them three of cups, yeah, that's spirit. That's spirit coming in. That is the divine, your ancestors, and your spirit guides and angels. They came in. They took over this shit. They looked at the whole boat. They looked at the whole boat and said, shit, that shit's it's time to sail. That ship was time to sail. Yeah. So if you want it real, I'm gonna give it to you real. Everything that you dreaded, well, it's here. And I don't feel it's anything to dread. We should have been dreading you with your fake ass politician smiles. We should have been dreading you. Anybody sit up there smiling, talking about dumbass Kamala Harris? You dumb bitch. Why are you smiling? The whole fucking world is crumbling and you smiling. And bitch, you're sending you and that dumbass fucker Biden. Y'all sending shit over to countries to fight. You sending military shit over to countries to fight. Hold the fuck up. And when the fuck was you gonna stand up and say, listen? Every time we look up, they calling on the US. I ain't seen China jump into shit. I ain't seen no other fucking country jump into shit but the US. Every fucking time I turn around, you got our military running somewhere that we ain't got to be. But you see how he just sent that little boom boom. I said, well, damn, that was quick. Took you 10 years to find bin Laden. What? Man, fuck off. You don't like this space? Get the fuck on. Because I'm going to tell you who's over here. Real leaders, new world order, new world earth, where moral standards and values, principles, and code, real code exists. That's what's here. So if you don't like this space, please be gone, poof, because we don't need your ass. Because you've been the problem. You've been the problem. Acting naive, acting so innocent, acting so good, acting. You hear acting. What's really in your heart? Greed, selfishness, manipulation, lies, deceit, trickery. But the biggest one, greed and money. So, yeah, Queens of Wands have stood up. Take it how you resonate with that. Because I feel like, your heartstrings was pulled on, okay? And you may have started manifesting through wisdom, taking over some shit, period. Through like-minded thoughts, through like-minded needs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, what was you needing? You needed peace. You needed to be able to know, like, damn, you're going to be able to survive. You're going to be able to make it. Because the way motherfuckers had shit set up, they was jealous of you. They've always been jealous of you. Always. You feel me? Take that how it resonates. I bet you they ain't regret now. Mm-hmm. They sure are. And this is a confession when I look over. Yeah, it's a confession of their ass. It's a confession of their ass. Look what came out. Confessions. Okay, these was confessions of their status and their false promises. Look at that shit. And how they just caused chaos and they know it. And they collaborated to do the shit through deceit. Revengeful. And they laughed about it. Because we all thought they were doing the right thing, positive. We thought they were doing the positive thing. We thought, oh, yes, they're taking care of those African babies. They're taking care of those Ethiopian babies. They're taking care of them. Them motherfuckers. That was all part of the plan to make you think they was doing something they wasn't. Boy, I tell you, motherfuckers ain't shit. Your mental health, I feel, needed some closure, and you got it. Your mental health needed closure when it came to these secrets. Well, you got it, family. Okay? There's your closure. Them motherfuckers won't be back, and many of them will not live much longer. Ashe and thank you. All right? Okay, y'all. Let's get ready to close out. Look, now they want to say, I'm sorry. Nah, fuck off. All right. We love y'all. I love you, babies. Let's close out. Divine, at this time, I ask that you continue to keep love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect in our lives and all the time. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.